Hey guys, it's another video, quick before it starts raining. I've decided to do this video outside in the countryside because when I go back to uni I'm not going to have any of this. So yeah, before I get started, shout out to my Instagram and my Twitter. There'll be links or something. Yeah, so go follow me on Instagram and Twitter because I'm going to be doing some live streams when I go back to uni, and my Twitter's the way I can tell everyone or anyone who's following when I'm going to do some live Q&As. So this video was requested and I've got some notes from it. So this video is going to be based around things that I wish I knew before I started medical school. So before I get into it, I just want to say be sure to subscribe because I do medical school and gaming related content. At the time of filming this video I'm on 23 subscribers, so you can be my 24th subscriber. Let's get into the video. Okay, so the number one thing that I wish I knew before going to med school was that you don't actually need that many textbooks. So yeah, my first few weeks of starting, I went out and bought an £80 textbook, brand new, which was the worst thing I could have done because you can get them secondhand for like £10, £5. I never really opened it, to be honest. A lot of the resources can be found online for free in legal ways. So yeah, if you're thinking about getting textbooks, look around for second-hand ones, and I would say don't get them before going, especially in the first 2 years. You may not need them that much. So a lot of my anatomy I didn't really like to look for in a textbook. I used a lot of the university resources, and it worked just as well. Passed my exams with them. Something that I wish I knew but you can't really prepare for is taking lecture notes, because lecture notes at university are very different to A-level. Yeah, so it will take a few weeks or few lectures to get into the swing of things when taking lecture notes, because you want to find your own style. For me, what worked was using just a Word document and typing up the relevant stuff. But before that, I used to handwrite my notes for A-level, but there just seemed to be too much, so I resorted to typing up, which I guess there's advantages and disadvantages. It started raining. I also wish I knew how much anatomy there would be. Especially in the first 2 years. So what most universities try and do is they teach the whole anatomy in the first 2 years, which does mean that you, for each week, have a lot of anatomy to learn, a lot of very specific names, joint. Someone's raking behind me. Yeah, so what I would say is just keep on top of anatomy. I know not all medical schools are as fortunate to have reading weeks, but it saved me so many times. Okay, so I'm going into third year in a few days, so I will let you guys know if the anatomy you've learnt in the first 2 years is actually as useful as they tell you it is when you're in the hospital. So stay tuned and subscribe for that. So this next thing is something that people may or may not understand about medicine, but a lot of it isn't just biochemistry and anatomy and diagnosing stuff. A big chunk of it is actually communication skills, which is something that was a shock to me. So in the first 2 years, I've had 1 or 2 communication skill sessions a week where you basically just learn how to talk to a patient, which sounds quite straightforward, but it can be quite difficult when you run out of things to say. So they do quite a good job at giving you a structure on how to do a consultation and take a history, preparing you for third year, which I'll be going into. Just looking at my phone, I've got a list of everything I wanted to talk about. Okay, so the exams. So you come in, you go to med school after doing your college exams, which for most people are A-levels, and then you start doing the first semester. And for me, what was worrying me was the exams, because I was like, they haven't given me any practice questions, or I'm not sure how I'm going to answer these questions. But something I've learned about med school, or my med school in particular, I'm assuming it's quite similar for other med schools, are the exams are a bit different. In A-levels, there's quite a big emphasis on exam technique. But at university this is less the case for especially med school. As long as you know the content and you're able to just put it into an exam, then you should be fine. There's no trick questions or anything, and a lot of them are just multiple choice questions. They are difficult multiple choice questions, but it removes a lot of the exam technique, so it's more content but less exam technique. That's how I see the exams. But if you are interested in what med school exams are like, I will do a special video on that. Just gotta leave that in the comment section. My camera stopped recording. Okay, so we're on the final point. It's being aware of the other annoyances that go along with studying medicine. So there's all the interesting anatomy, taking blood pressure, taking blood. There are also some very annoying aspects of the course. One of those being PEP, which I believe is just a tick box that I think all medical schools have to do. So it's basically a project that you do. Some people love it. I absolutely hate it. This year it was doing a dissertation. I believe it was only 5,000 words, but being dyslexic and absolutely hating English, it was the worst thing in the world. I do think it had some benefits. I think I'm more confident looking through academic literature, but it is a pain. Yeah, so it was quite a quick video. It's probably the last one I'll be doing back at home. I'm moving up to a house in Preston, which is the hospital I've been put at. I'll be doing my 3rd, 4th and 5th year in Preston Hospital. So my next video will be in my house in Preston. I'll do like a room tour, university room tour and stuff. So subscribe, be tuned for that. Yeah, and if you've got any suggestions for videos, just leave them in the comments. This video was based on a comment that I got on my first video. I'm also aware that the colour grade or the colour correction on my last video were pretty abysmal. So I need to learn how to use Premiere Pro colour wheels. So hopefully the colour correction in this video is a little bit better than it was last time. That's something I wanted to address. Yeah, I just want to plug that again. Follow me on Twitter because I am going to be doing a live stream when I'm at university answering questions that you've got, and I'll probably be putting the times and dates of that on my Twitter. So give that a follow. There'll be a link in the description, and there should be an annotation if I can be bothered to put that up. But yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.